I'm Jennifer from the Rabbit Hole VR. Today, we're diving into how to operate virtual reality attractions safely within your facility. We all know safety is paramount in the VR experience, but there's a lot to consider when you're putting people into VR headsets that obscure their vision and awareness of their surroundings. Before we start, it's essential to consider how you will communicate safety guidelines to your guests. You can use signage, but remember, players won't see that signage once they put their VR headset on. So you may choose to have a staff member personally explain the do's and don'ts before playing, or you can create a safety video that players watch during an onboarding process. This will help you efficiently relay that safety information. How you convey the rules and regulations for playing safe at your facility will depend on what type of VR you're offering, your attraction layout, and your staffing capabilities. Now, let's talk about age and height restrictions. It's crucial to follow the manufacturer's guidelines for the VR attraction you're offering or whichever VR headsets you're using. Consider what the experience requires the player to do. Will they need to reach up really high? Do they need to know how to read to follow along or be able to solve puzzles that might not be appropriate for all ages? Many content providers will give you age and height recommendations, but ultimately, you should vet your experiences for yourself and determine what's appropriate for your average customer. No one wants to ruin someone's day by turning them away when they just want to have fun. So be sure to convey your age and height requirements on your website and at the front counter to help prevent any surprises. Handle situations with empathy if a guest is ineligible and offer them an alternative attraction whenever possible. Now, if you're using a motion platform, be sure to do regular inspections and maintenance to check that everything is working properly. This is a non-negotiable for preventing accidents and ensuring the best experience possible. Securing the area where customers will be in VR headsets is also key. Remember that players can't see their real-world surroundings when they're in VR, so you don't want non-players or physical objects in the play space with them. Use barriers to protect both players and spectators and ensure a safe and enjoyable experience for everyone. Next, be clear about any health and safety risks associated with your VR attraction. Guests with pre-existing conditions should be informed about the potential effects of VR, and many locations even require waivers as a way for visitors to acknowledge these risks. Now, about the VR safety guidelines you should be including, whether through a video or a staff member, emphasize that guests should avoid leaning or sitting on virtual objects, as they don't exist in reality. It may seem obvious, but VR is a very immersive experience. A player can easily make a mistake and try to lean on a virtual object in a split second. Also, advise against swinging or hitting other players in the VR world. This will protect both your players and your equipment in the long haul. Lastly, you'll want to ensure your VR attractions are ADA compliant, making them as inclusive and accessible as possible. There's a lot that goes into this, so we recommend visiting ada.gov for more resources and guidance on ADA compliance. So thanks for tuning in. By implementing these safety practices, you can provide a safe, enjoyable, and inclusive VR experience for all of your visitors. Until next time, stay safe and have fun.